everyone, so Siobhan here with a look free that I did today because I was bored and I kind of made it up as I went along, so bear with me through the tutorial. I'm not sure how boring it is quite yet until I look over it to edit it, but this is what I came up with. It's kind of an 80s inspired punky kind of disco look. Which I know doesn't make sense. Punk and disco doesn't really go together, but you know what I mean. And it's pink inspired because of the dress I was wearing today, which is this really cute thing, I don't even know what you call it, that I got when one of my sisters was over visiting me in London a couple of months ago. And also I knew I wanted it to be quite 80s because I was watching a Pixie Woo video, the one where, it's a recent one, which is where Samantha did her Boy George look, and it made me go kind of all in the 80s nostalgia, and yeah, this is what it made me do. So just watch on and you can see how I did it and let me know what you think. And yeah, I'm using a really dark kind of chocolate brown eyeshadow. It's from Cole Cosmetics again, and this is called Clydesdale. And this Beauty Strokes brush for the eyebrow. This brush is really good for making like really fine tails in the eyebrows, because the hairs never splay. It's it wasn't even a very expensive brush. I got it in one of my local pharmacies back home in Ireland. So you just slowly build up the thickness and the colour of the eyebrow, because when you are doing an eyebrow that's just so harsh looking, it's better to build it up slowly so you don't go overboard and make it way too thick for what you're going for. I always start from the bottom, get that as I need it, and then I start working my way up to the top. So then I just start working through the centre of the eyebrow and then get to the top. Okay, so when you have your eyebrows on, get something to use as a black base, a cream base if possible. I'm using MAC's Fluid Line in Black Track, and I'm using a Filbert brush. This is Daler-Rowney number 8 synthetic Filbert. And then I'm just going to apply that all over the lid. And I get a blending brush and try and blend around the edges before it gets a chance to dry totally, just to soften all around the edges. It's okay, it's going to look like a mess, so don't worry about how it looks. Draw a line that extends from the corner of your eye out to just below where your eyebrow ends, and then kind of pull some of the black up and blend it with the blending brush as well. Then get any bright pink pigment. This one just happens to be by Opia from Penneys in Ireland, Primark in the UK. It is dirt cheap, it was like $1.50. And then using a flat blending brush, I pack this on over the black on the inner corner. Okay, so choose the black kohl pencil of your choice. I'm using my black Smolder, and just run that all over your waterline and smudge it down into your lashes as well to get between the hairs. So you're really packing it on. And then use a pencil brush and smudge that underneath the eye. And then extend it out into the black line. Then use a dark purple pigment. I'm using Illamasqua's Involve in pure pigment, and I'm using the same brush and I'm applying that to the outer corner, and I'm not going to bring it below the guideline here we have, so kind of extend it out here a bit and then drag it over about half of the way in, and then blend it in with the pink, and don't bring it too high up here. If you bring it up a bit too high, no worries, just get a blending brush and try and blend it back around the edges as you need to. Okay, so now I'm just using kind of a soft dusky pink pigment, and I'm going to pick that up on my blending brush and apply that over the crease line. So for the highlight then, I'm using a white eyeshadow, it's MAC Gesso, and I'm just applying that under the arch area, blend it down with the dusky pink. And then directly under the highest point of the arch, I'm using nylon just to get a bit more of a sheen, but I don't want the whole highlight to be very sheeny. Okay, so I applied some of the initial pink pigment in here on the inner corner, and then I got some of MAC nylon and applied that on top just to make it extremely shiny, and then reapply some more of the pink pigment on the eyelid if you lose it. And just apply some more of the dark purple and Alaska pigment again back in the corners, the outer corners if it's lost some of its intensity. I've made a bright pink liquid liner from mixing some of that pink pigment with MAC's eyeliner mixing medium, and get that to the right consistency just on the back of your hand, and using a thin brush I'm just going to paint that over my lashes. And then for the tail, I'm extending it out to mimic the original line that's there, but keeping it above where the purple is, or above the black in the purple, so you can still see a line underneath. And I'm just cleaning up under the pink line then, cleaned off my brush, and I'm using the fluid line again and just drag it up right under the pink. And then you can extend the black line a tiny bit further. To add some quite subtle glitter, I'm using MAC's Reflex Blue glitter, and just packing that onto the eyelid. It's not going to be too noticeable since it's not going onto a tacky surface, but it'll still add a little bit of glitter. Okay, so it's finished. I did everything else off camera so that this wouldn't be any longer or more boring than it has to be. And I'll just show you quickly what I used. So for my mascara, I used the L'Oreal Double Extension Beauty Tubes. And then for my cheeks, I used this Accentuate Sculpt by MAC to sculpt, to contour under my cheeks. Then I used the same dusky pink that I used over the crease line for my cheeks, and then I have some of the Reflex glitter on top. If you can see that, I don't know if the camera's catching it, just to give, yeah, you can see the blue definitely in real life anyhow, it looks pretty cool. And then for my lips, I used my MAC Magenta lip liner, and then for my Kryolan palette, this kind of pinky purple lipstick, which is LP626, and that is the look. I'm going to leave it at that because it's probably way longer than I needed it to be. And I hope you like it. So I'll talk to you again soon, guys, and take care. Bye.